Welcome everybody to this special program. We have Sarah Hurlbut from Disability Rights New York, who is going to help explain some of the different resources and what should I say? Programs and advocacy rights that are available to you. So without any further ado, I'm going to let Sarah take it away.
Thank you, Stacy. So hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Hurlbut. I work for Disability Rights New York. We have 3 offices. We have one office in Brooklyn, New York, one in Albany, New York, and one in Rochester, New York. So I work at the Rochester office, but we can help people statewide. So it doesn't matter where you live, doesn't matter if you want to get services from us or from Brooklyn or Albany, we actually all kind of collaborate to work with people in New York State. So if you reach out to us, we kind of funnel all that information for you. So thank you so much for taking the time today. I'm going to be going through who Disability Rights New York is, what we do, what my specific program does, and then give a little more information if you're interested in employment or education opportunities. So my contact information is at the bottom of this slide. Please feel free to email me with any questions or concerns. That's what I'm here for. I'm happy to respond. I respond very quickly to email. So please do not hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or concerns after this recording. So the first question is, what is Disability Rights New York? So we're the protection and advocacy agency for people with disabilities in New York State. So basically, this means that Congress has appointed us to assist people with free legal services and provide protection for these people who have disabilities throughout New York State. And we provide legal services, like I said, they're free, so no cost at all to you. There's never reimbursement, there's never any worry about being paid. Like, we do this through federally funded grants. And basically, disability, I know some people feel that you have to have a certain disability maybe to be eligible. This is not true. So we help people with any type of disability. You can have AIDS, depression, a traumatic brain injury, anxiety, developmental disabilities, physical disabilities. We help people with any sort of disability at all. As long as you have a disability of some sort and you live in New York State, you are eligible to be helped by Disability Rights New York. So I never want you to feel like you can't reach out to us. And if you ever have a question about whether you would be eligible for our services, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. I will have all our contact information at the end of the presentation. So what does Disability Rights do? What do we do as an organization? So we do a lot of different things. We have 8 subsets of programs throughout Disability Rights New York. That stands for, we have PAD, PAMI, PAIR, CAP, PAT-B, PAT, PAVA, and PABS. So that all sounds very just like a gargle and jumble of words, but basically we help people, like I said, with many types of disabilities. I personally work for the Client Assistance Program. So what I do is I help people with any type of disability be able to seek out rehabilitation services through ACCES-VR, the Commission for the Blind, or independent living centers. So if you have a disability and you work part-time, you want to have job advancement, if you have a disability and you're unemployed, if you're interested in going to college, if you're interested in going to trade school, these are all things that I can assist with and that I can help with, and it's completely free for our services. So if you feel that you're like, listen, I have a developmental disability, would CAP be able to help me? Absolutely, we can. And if you're needing services beyond our specific program, that's why we have the other subsets as well. Within the program, we do a lot of referrals, so we can do a lot for you. I really encourage you to reach out to us because there's so many options. Yes, Stacy.
Do you have to have any sort of special proof or anything that when you would reach out to sort of prove that you have the disability?
That's a great question, Stacy. So you don't have to prove to us that you have a disability. It's whatever you disclose to us, and we take that for what it is. In terms of eligibility for other programs, that's actually dependent on the other program itself. So let's say we take you on as a client and you have a disability that you've disclosed. If ACCES-VR, for instance, doesn't believe that your disability affects your ability to work, they would be able to determine that eligibility. But yes, anyone with a disability at all that's disclosed to us, 100% can reach out to us and we can help them.
So it could be, for example, a student that maybe had an IEP when they were younger, maybe that IEP
Yes.
came off, maybe they're thinking, I want to go to trade school now. They could
Yes,
disclose that to you and you could help out in that situation.
absolutely, yes.
Okay.
That's a great question, Stacy. Yes, if you have ever had a disability, if you have something that hasn't actually come up in a while, for instance, epilepsy, right? Some people go periods without having a seizure. You know, having epilepsy is a lifelong disability, whether or not it's active or you're having seizures, we would still be able to assist you with anything you need.
Good
Yeah,
to know.
that's a great question though. So what is the CAP program, which is what I'm a part of? That's the Client Assistance Program, okay? There's a lot of legal jargon on here, kind of talking about the amendments to the Rehabilitation Act, but basically what I do day to day is that I fight for, advocate for, and protect your rights for employment and for education. So if you are having trouble maintaining employment, I can help you with that. If you're having problems obtaining employment and getting employed in the first place, that's what I'm here for. So I basically act as the buffer or the mediator between ACCES-VR, which I'll go over who they are, and basically yourself and the client. So yeah, we do a lot within CAP, but the general gist of it is that we help you achieve employment goals or education goals. There's several reasons you could contact us. If you're interested in obtaining vocational rehabilitation services, you should definitely contact us. We can help you fill out the forms, which is called the VR04 form. That's a mouthful, VR04 forms. And basically that allows you to apply for ACCES-VR services. ACCES-VR is an organization through the New York State Department of Education. They basically are federally funded, and their job is to help people with disabilities find employment and have it be competitive and integrated employment. So for instance, if you've ever worked at a sheltered workshop, that would not count as competitive integrated employment. I don't know, my brother, for instance, was working at a sheltered workshop. It really stifled his ability to grow and move forward, and he wasn't being paid a fair wage. So we are very against sheltered workshops here. We really want to encourage you to be competitively employed, integrated within the company and the system. And we want you to be happy with your work. You know, everyone deserves the right to be able to work if they can. And we really do believe that here, and we want to help you achieve that. If you're also interested in going to school, like I mentioned, I can advocate for you to get sponsorship for schooling. For instance, if you wanted to like attend the University of Buffalo for a bachelor's degree, okay? The ACCES-VR will pay up to the SUNY CUNY rate for the school. So that is just something to keep in mind. Don't feel like you don't have resources, because that's what we're here for. If you're interested at all in applying for trade school, you know, tech schools, anything like that, college, you want a job, that's what we're here for. So obviously you can read right now what I have up about the contacting the CAP program. I don't want to have to, you know, read all of it, because I know it can be a little dry when people just read PowerPoints, but we also help further on in the process. If you've already applied to ACCES-VR and you've been denied services, they've closed your case, they say you aren't eligible, please reach out to us. We can explore that with you and see if we can advocate for those services for you. So who's eligible for CAP services, right? Who can contact us and they can get helped by us? So it's literally anyone in New York State, okay, who has a disability and you're receiving vocational rehabilitation services. If you say to me, hey, Sarah, I have epilepsy and I've never applied for ACCES-VR services, totally fine, I can help you do that. There's a form online, and there's also forms you can email or mail to your local district office. I can assist you with all that if you're not sure how to fill it out, where to send it, where to email it. If you need me to email it for you, any of that, I'm happy to do it. And I'm also happy to reach out to ACCES-VR on your behalf to expedite the process. Like I mentioned, there's different vocational rehabilitation services within New York State. So there's ACCES-VR, which I discussed. That's the New York State Adult Career Continuing Education Services. Like I said, they help with trade school, tech school, bachelor's, associates, and all employment, okay? Then we also have the Commission for the Blind. It's the same concept, but it's specifically for people whose disability is blindness. And then we have tribal VR programs. Those are for people who are indigenous peoples who live on reservations, who might need help getting jobs or education. And then independent living centers as well. We definitely work the most with ACCES-VR, but we have worked with all. And I am on the council for the tribal VR programs. So we have connections to the different groups, and we really try to work with them to get you to your goal. That's really our goal always, is to work with ACCES-VR or work with the vocational rehab services to get you what you desire. So how can you apply for ACCES-VR services? It's honestly really simple. There's many ways that you can do it. So I've included the website where you can find the application. It's a little tricky once you're on there. You have to scroll about halfway down and choose English or whatever language you'd like to fill out the application in. Okay, there's multiple languages listed. You can apply there. You can also call us and we can assist you with filling out the application. So this is our main phone number. I will include the toll-free TTY numbers, my email at the end again, so you can have all that information. But if you need any assistance at all filling out the application, we are happy to do it with you. Like I said, it's completely free, no cost at all. And there's no cost also to receive ACCES-VR services. So just like we don't charge anything for the legal services, ACCES-VR is required not to charge for their services. So this is completely free, this whole process. I know that we don't have anyone present today on the presentation, but if you need help and you want to reach out to me via email, like I said, please feel free to do that. Once you've completed the application, you can either email it to the address below, accessvrapplications@nysced.gov, or you can mail it to your local district office. So if you're in the Manhattan area, for instance, you'd mail it to the Manhattan office, Bronx, Brooklyn, that whole thing, Hauppauge. We have a Rochester office. So those are all listed on this website as well. I can also share with you a list if you ever need it. You can email me and I'm happy to send you the list as well. So this is the questions and answers portion. Stacy, I don't know if you have any additional questions at this time.
I can't think of any additional questions. I think you did a really good job of explaining what you do and what's available.
Awesome.
Can you think of any questions that you typically get asked that maybe?
Sure.
You...
Yeah, so I have a few questions that I typically get asked. The number one is it free? So yes, just to reiterate, everything we do is provided as free legal services. The second answer is, what if I don't know if I'm eligible? The second question, I should say. We just encourage you to reach out to us and we can help you through all of that. The third question I get a lot is, if I've already applied for services, but my case has been closed, can I reapply? Yes, you can reapply at any time. That is completely fine. And we can help you with the application as well. And then I guess the fourth question or question we get a lot is, if I can't help specifically, can someone else in the organization help or assist? And yes, we do a lot of collaboration within the organization. I refer clients, people refer clients to us. So that's really common as well. But you can call or email our intake department at any time, day or night. We respond very quickly to your inquiries. I'm going to just pull up this page right now, just so all the contact information is here and it can sit here for a minute. So my personal email's on here, our main phone number, toll-free TTY number, and then our main email address. So that's the easiest way to contact us, is obviously via phone or email, but we get back very quickly.
I did happen to think of two questions.
Yes.
So one is, can anybody apply at any age level? So whether you're 18 or you're 41 or you're 62?
Great question. Yes, you can apply at any age. In terms of ACCES-VR services, you typically have to be, I believe, 16 to receive services. But so younger than that, you're not really going to be getting ACCES-VR services because you're not employable at that time, obviously.
Right.
But yes, I've had clients who have been in their 70s. So yes, we do a whole range of ages.
So it's not just for young people at the upper high school,
Nope.
college age, it's all ages.
Great.
What about veterans? Sometimes veterans come back and they have acquired disabilities due to their service.
Mhm.
Are they eligible for these types of services too?
Absolutely. Great
Okay.
question. I've had clients who are veterans as well. So yes, 100%. And another thing that we can do is, like I was talking about, that collaboration. Once you're in and I say, hey, you're a veteran and I actually know another program that could help you too. Like we can help you with ACCES-VR services, but I actually think for Social Security, I have an attorney who I'd like to connect you with, for instance. We have a lot of collaboration efforts that go on like that. So it also doesn't mean that we are just keeping you to ourselves. If you want other services, absolutely. But that's a great question. Yeah.
Well, I wish I had more questions I could think of, but those came to mind. And right now I'm out of questions. But
no, those are great, Stacy. And like I said, if anyone has any questions at all, please. Oh, we have
someone. Woohoo.
yes.
Her name is Sharon. She's joining.
Hi, Sharon.
She's just connecting to her audio. Hello, yeah. Sharon. Can you hear us? Let's see. Sharon, right now, we have entered the question and answer portion of this session. I don't know if you know much about Disability Rights New York or not. Feel free, if you're able, to ask us any questions you might have. Right now you're muted. Or you can type them in the chat box if you can't, if you, whatever device you're using doesn't have audio, you can type them in. Either way.
It's always hard to navigate all that.
Yeah, it is. And I'm not sure what it looks like on a cell phone. Do you have the little microphone with the slash to click on?
Hi, Sharon.
Hi.
Yay.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Sorry I'm late.
Oh, totally fine.
Totally fine. I will send you the recording so you won't miss the whole presentation she just did. But I don't know if you might already come to the presentation with questions on your mind.
Well, I was retired from work because I was declared disabled.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was checking in. One of the questions I have is concerning health insurance, because after 2 years, I went on Medicaid, but I still pay for my own insurance. I retired from the post office.
Okay.
So, but I rather pay for the insurance than use Medicaid.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So and now my husband, I'll be turning 64. So, but my husband will be 66. So he's already paying for Medicare Part B and stuff like that. But the insurance part can be very tricky.
Are you a Social Security recipient, if you don't mind me asking?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So what I can do is connect you with our attorney here who works within the Social Security program, Sharon.
Okay.
And he'd be able to give you more information about kind of the insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, that kind of thing. That's
all right.
His, like, specialty. That's all he does. That's all he does with Social Security.
Oh, wow. God bless him, because it's a headache.
I know. Do you have a good email that I can send over to him? Or
yes.
okay. What's your email?
Wait, before we do it.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should stop the recording.
Oh, yeah, good idea. Sorry. I forget.